listed over were high and dry on a sandbag.
Hmm.
It was an outgoing tide.
Oh.
So we were faced with a problem. Not only were we aground, the Italians came over, we were sitting, target.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, one Italian plane did come over. It was a fair way off. They tossed up whether they let go a 4-inch round at it, which they decided they would on the side, the higher side of the ship. They had a very, very fortunate shell burst, not far from the plane. It was a great sight to see the plane turn around and go back. So everyone then started waiting for the tide to come in, which it did around about 6 o'clock that night. And with the help of one of the, I think it was a Parramatta, pulled us off the sandbank. Then we proceeded with the evacuation of the British. It was a fairly mixed kind of evacuation. There was Camel Corps, all Indians of course. Very hard to accommodate them on board a warship. Some of them went to the cargo ships, but we had to adjust accommodation, everything on board. We had about 100, 200 people on board. Food was a problem because in the meantime we'd run out of fresh provisions. We were on hard stuff. Rice and bully beef. Surprising how you can concoct various dishes made out of bully beef and rice. That's what we had for a week or so. When the evacuation was completed, we bombarded Berbera and withdrew back to Aden. Disembarked the troops there and carried on with the war. Shortly after that, the Italians surrendered. There was a Aztec patrol at the mouth of the Red Sea, and it was a Scottish North Sea trawler armed with, I think, about 3 depth charges and a 12-pounder up on the bow. And this trawler, I forget its name, was patrolling, was going up the Red Sea when it got a ping on a submarine. He couldn't drop depth charges because he was going against the tide, so he had to turn around, full steam, 10 knots. He still had the ping on the Aztec. Dropped 1 depth charge and hoped to help him blow off his stern, which it didn't do. But as soon as it went off, a few minutes later, up popped a submarine, Italian style. Conning tower opened up and the crew started pouring out. In the meantime, the trawler was gone down. His 12-pounder was pointing the wrong way, so he had to turn around and come up stream again. Fired 1 shot with the submarine, which excited the crew very much. Came up alongside, they all jumped into the water and started to swim across the trawler. Well, the trawler had a 6-man crew, and this submarine crew swimming towards them. Thought, no, this is no place for us, so we had to back off. fired his Vickers machine gun over their heads. They all turned around and threw back the submarine. And then he came alongside it again and said, "I'll take you in tow." So they're quite happy about that. They passed the tow line across the submarine. The submarine was towed into Aden. And towed into POW. I went aboard the submarine later on. It was terrible. Oh, how anyone could have lived in it. However, the 3 of the Perth crew had been passed on, and when the Italians surrendered, our blokes were recaptured, and they were returned, not to us, but they were returned to Australia. The Hobart then resumed normal dreary convoy duties until it was relieved and sent back to Colombo, and from Colombo we were sent back to Sydney. 18 months later we arrived in Sydney, and I was transferred to Canberra again. This time we were on convoy duty. I had been confirmed as a midshipman, and with about 6 months or 12 months as midshipman, picked up my first stripe with Canberra. We took convoys around to Fremantle. Around about November 41, we took 3 Dutch ships up to we were based in Colombo again. In the meantime, there was a number of merchant ships being sunk in the southern Indian Ocean, and it was believed to be the Admiral Scheer, which is a German pocket battleship. 9 13-inch guns was its primary weaponry, with I think twin 6-inch guns each side. It's 4 each side, plus smaller. Canberra was built in 1928 with 8-inch guns with a fire control system which hadn't been updated since it was built. Here we were setting off to chase the Admiral Scheer. We weren't that enthusiastic, but the captain was. We got within 24 hours of it. The aircraft from HMS Sheffield picked up the Scheer before it had vanished into a fog cloud and lost all trace. But the following day